మర్చిపోయినా మీరు గుర్తు చేయండి ప్లీజ్. ఇప్పుడు ఆన్ చేశానులేండి. So based on the company relevant, for example, Reliance Group having 100 company codes in India. At the same time, each and every company code having different branches. For example, Reliance company code means completely Reliance Digital. Reliance based on the product nature wise, Reliance Digital is a one company code. So in Reliance Digital located in entire India in different branches. So he will explain entire Reliance Group of business relevant entire business process end to end. How many business having, how many branches, how many manufacturing units, how many sales outlets, how many sales areas, company relevant, how many fixed assets, how many current assets, company relevant shareholder details, share market values. So everything, each and everything, he will explain to the IT company, one of the project manager. So this is my entire project business details. So now I am going to switch on the SAP project. At one particular date, I am ready to start my business transactions in SAP. This is the Reliance Group. Reliance Group, we can call it as a client. So this is a client requirement. So based on the client requirement, IT company, one of the manager. So these kind of all the top level management decisions, these discussions will going on. Whoever having more than 15 or 20 plus years of work experience in IT companies, like he is having, I think, uh, whoever having more than 50 to 20 years of work experience, that kind of persons, almost they are handling multiple projects end to end. So that kind of people only they are ready to discuss with clients. So once discuss with the client, gathering the client requirement, so that like senior people we can call as a president level. So that president level people they can estimate the project value. Like so, these and all the business requirement based on the business requirement. Estimate the project requirement. So here project preparation. This is the first step. So this is the ECC process. We are going to done the we are going to implement step by step. For example, based on the implementation project, based on the business transactions, it will take 1 year or 15 months or 2 years, whatever. This is the implementation project duration, right? In this duration, what they are doing means first step. It will take 2 months. So in this first step, once client people will discuss with the company, IT company persons. So that Reliance people will discuss with not only one company. So he will discuss multiple companies. Later, they are collecting quotation from different companies. So which one providing better, which one providing the better price? It means less price, and which one providing the entire project with as per their requirement within who are providing the less time, like means earlier. These kind of all the scenarios client will analyze, then he will give the project to some XYZ company. Okay, this is the process. But here, how the vice president level people, how he can manage, how he can estimate entire project preparation. This is the project preparation. So this level, like 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, these kind of people can never involve in this stage. Okay, this stage only whoever having a more experienced people and senior team lead people and vice president, these kind of people only they are involving this project preparation stage. So what and all the works they are done in project preparation? First, they need to analyze the cost estimation. So cost estimation means in which scenarios they are analyzing the cost for this particular project before handovering. It means, so for example, this cost estimation means they are analyzing different scenarios. So, like number one is employee scenarios. Employees scenario. How many employees we need to require for entire this project implementation purpose? For example, F5 department and CO department and department and SD department and HR department and basis department and security department and ABAP department. These kind of all the departments, first the manager level people, they'll verify based on this entire project we are going to implement. So these department of people we need to require. Then each and every department, for example, FI department, we have a one TL and one senior consultant and two or three junior consultant based on the project. Here I just explained three or four. Based on the project lengthwise, they are recruiting up to more than 10 members also. At the same time, CO how many? One, one, two, or three, something. Based on the department wise. For example, how many people? Like that, each and every department wise, they will estimate the employees count also. At the same time, for example, here TL, FI department, senior TL, team leader. So mostly whoever having capability to managing the team leader, that kind of persons, they are demanding up to 30 lakhs, minimum 30 lakhs LPA. Otherwise, 20 to 30, something more than 20 lakhs per annum. This is the one FI department TL estimation salary. And one more senior estimation salary, 15 lakhs. Another junior level FI is a consultant, something 7 to 10 something. So average we can call as we can mention 20 lakhs. 20. Okay. This is the FI department people salaries estimation. At the same time, CO department, MM department, SD department, HR department, basic security above. This kind of all the department wise, how many people we need to require for implementation this project. So the total salary, for example, total employee salary, project entire project completion time, total employee salary, it will be 10 CR something, for example. So this is also one of the estimation. Then which factors we are going to calculate the estimation is one is salaries, employee salaries. And cost estimation means they are calculating some other factors also. For example, office maintenance and staff. For example, this kind of all the staff compulsory they need to visit the client business locations like even manufacturing units, sales outlets, storages like company sales offices, whatever each and wherever client relevant business areas located compulsory these kind of all the people, not only these like junior level people, senior level and manager level, these kind of all the people, everybody need to visit and need to gather the information from client level. So this scenario transport point of view also they can they can calculate the amount. Transport, for example, transport point of view they can estimate 50 LPA. And office maintenance. So I'm telling the example purpose. Why I'm explaining in detail means you have an idea regarding this one. You can easily explain ASAP methodology. So this is also one of the interview question. Tell me about ASAP methodology. So you can explain one by one project preparation, blueprint, realization. So what under each and every step, what under the works you are going to done. So that is the important purpose I'm explaining in detail. Okay. So total 10.5 and office maintenance 150 LPA and their profit is five at some example 3 CR. Okay. Total their estimation is 14 CR. So this project HCL some XYZ company before going to take the commitment from client, they are providing estimation copy is 14 CR for entire project. This is the estimation. Based on all the scenarios, they can provide the estimation. So this is the some XYZ company. At the same time, Reliance Group, they will collect the different estimations from different IT companies. So then they can finalize which one is better for all the scenarios, money and time. So this kind of all the scenarios, Reliance company, they will analyze and they can finalize. They can ready to commit and based on the some different formalities like contract. project at the time of project handovering, they need to fix some agreements. So each and everything, that is a manager level commitment. Then coming to timeline estimation. So timeline estimation means, for example, these process calculation purpose, we need 2 months. And here as is process, client business level requirement gathering, and to be process, how we can done implementation, and as is process, and how we can going to done configurations in SAP. So is there any additional requirement? Is there any gaps between client as is process and to be process? That is called as a gap identification and documentation. So these kind of all the scenarios, the manager will estimate the time. Based on that, he can divide the time for each and every layer wise, each and every step wise. So they can fix, for example, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 7 months, 12 months, 14 months. So almost around 14 to 15 months. So this is the timeline estimation. Here, 15 months is the timeline estimation. And here, 14 CR is the cost estimation. So team members estimation, each and every department wise team members. So for example, 40 members చేశాను అనుకోండి, 40 or 30 members అన్ని డిపార్ట్మెంట్ కలిపి. So ఇక్కడ టీమ్ మెంబర్స్ ఎస్టిమేషన్. దెన్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ ప్లాన్. సో ప్రాజెక్ట్ ప్లాన్ అంటే ఈ ఎంటైర్ స్టెప్స్ ని, సో ప్రాజెక్ట్ ప్లాన్ is nothing but total entire steps, how we are going to done the project, how we are going to done implementation, each and every step wise they are prepared in like 30 to 40 or 50 pages documentation. That is the basic document, project preparation plan. So that is the documentation, basic documentation. This basic documentation, in how we can develop the entire process, this basic documentation copy also we need to submit in a client. Then kick-off meetings. Kick-off meetings means, then from here onwards, already team members involved, like they already recruited different department with different team members. So from here onwards, they will start kick-off meetings. So there is a one project manager, I forget that one. So enter this project, one project manager is hand out. That project manager salary is almost 50 CL, 50 LPA per annum. So he will manage entire team members. So at the same time, in FI department, FI team members, TL, team leader, he will manage junior, senior level manager, senior level consultant, and junior level and middle level, having work, whoever have work working under the team leader. So entire FI department configuration, day-to-day updation, day-to-day process, where we are where we are staying, or day by day, up-to-date process, up-to-date status, everything FI department people will collected, and he will support entire FI department team. At the same time, CO department, MMSD, HR, basic security. This is the employees wise with the help of kick-off meetings. So they will arrange the schedules with the Google Meet, different type of kick-off meetings calls. They will arrange daily schedule. Because implementation project means each and every step by step they will discuss with the TL, then only they will done the configuration. So that they will discuss the FI department heads. Each and every department wise, their people, particular people belongs the department wise, they will discuss with their team leader. And entire all the department wise, project manager will monitoring all the departments. So FI department manager, what is your submodule process? How many configurations are you done completed? What is your status? At the same time, CO, MM, SD, HR, basic security. So these kind of all the department wise, project manager, they will monitoring every day. So this is the kickoff meetings. ఓకే, అర్థమైందా మీకు? డౌట్ ఏమన్నా ఇక్కడ వరకు?
సార్ ఈసీసీ అన్నారు కదా, ఈసీసీ అంటే ఏం సార్? స్టార్టింగ్
ఫర్
లో
ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నేను చెప్తానండి. ఎస్ఐపి అంటే తెలుసు కదా. ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ నేను లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ రెడ్మీ మొబైల్ నోట్ 8 కొన్నాను అనుకోండి. దాని తర్వాత ఇయర్ రెడ్మీ నోట్ 9 కొన్నాను. అంటే
ఓకే.
ఆ ఫోన్‌కి, ఈ ఫోన్‌కి మొత్తం ఫోన్ అంతా ఒకటే. ఆపరేటింగ్ సిస్టమ్‌లో ఏదైనా కొంచెం చేంజెస్ చేసి డిస్‌ప్లే కాదు, లోపల ఇంటర్నల్‌గా ఉండే మనకి కనిపించేటువంటి ఆప్షన్స్‌లో ఏదైనా కొంచెం చేంజెస్‌ని అప్డేట్ చేసి తీసుకొచ్చుంటారు. అంటే ఓల్డ్ వెర్షన్ టు
ఓకే.
న్యూ వెర్షన్. సో, ఎట్ ద సేమ్ టైమ్ ఇక్కడ
ఓకే.
ఎస్ఏపీలో కూడా ఈసీసీ అనేది ఓల్డ్ వెర్షన్, ఎస్‌ఫర్-హానా అనేది న్యూ వెర్షన్. 95% ఆఫ్ ఆల్
ఓకే.
కాన్ఫిగరేషన్స్ సేమే ఉంటాయి. 5% అనేది ఎస్‌ఫర్-హానాకి అప్డేట్ అయ్యి ఉంటాయి.
ఓకే. ఓకే. అంటే ఒకటే కంపెనీ కానీ డిఫరెంట్ మోడల్స్ లాగా. అప్‌డేటెడ్
ఎస్ఏపీ
వెర్షన్స్
అనేది
లాగా.
ఒక ఈఆర్‌పీ. ఆ ఈఆర్‌పీలో
ఆ!
ఈసీసీ అనేది ఓల్డ్ వెర్షన్, ఎస్‌ఫర్-హానా అనేది న్యూ వెర్షన్.
ఓకే సార్.
ఈ కంపెనీస్‌లు ఏదైనా దేన్నైనా యూజ్ చేసుకుంటాయి. ఈసీసీనైనా యూజ్ చేస్తాయి, ఎస్‌ఫర్-హానానైనా యూజ్ చేస్తాయి. బట్ లేటెస్ట్ బిజినెస్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్‌ని బేస్ చేసుకొని వాళ్ళకి న్యూ టెక్నాలజీ, మనం ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మొబైల్ కొనడానికెళ్ళి ఓల్డ్ 4జీ, 3జీ మొబైల్ కొనం కదా! 5జీ మొబైలే కొంటాం కదా! సో, అట్ ద సేమ్ టైమ్ బిజినెస్ క్లయింట్స్ కూడా లేటెస్ట్ ఈఆర్‌పీని యూజ్ చేస్తారు. ఓకేనా?
ఓకే. ఓకే సార్. అర్థమైంది సార్.
నెక్స్ట్ బ్లూ ప్రింట్స్ అంటే, సో ఇక్కడ జరిగేటువంటి అంటే బ్లూ ప్రింట్స్ అంటే యాజ్ ఈజ్ ప్రాసెస్. అంటే యాజ్ ఈజ్ ప్రాసెస్ అయితే అంటే మీకు ఏదైతే నేను చెప్పానో, సో యాజ్ ఈజ్ ప్రాసెస్ ఈజ్ నథింగ్ బట్ క్లయింట్ లెవెల్ టోటల్ బిజినెస్ ప్రాసెస్. ఓకే. అంటే ఇట్ మీన్స్ క్లయింట్ హ్యావింగ్ ఎన్ నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ మల్టిపుల్ కంపెనీ కోడ్స్, మల్టిపుల్ బిజినెస్ ఏరియాస్, మల్టిపుల్ సేల్స్ అవుట్లెట్స్. So I already explained starting stage. Total client level, entire business process is called as a as-is process. It means client is using some other ERPs like Tally, Oracle, some other ERPs. Whatever client is using, that process we can call it as-is process. And to be process means, so based on the client, client business entire process. Example purpose I'm telling, but in real time concepts, I'll explain in detail. Business process with the entire properties. Okay? And to be process means based on this, how we can going to implement in SAP. Okay. For example, some other ERP, Tally lo, they are using vendor payment purpose. As per vendor payment purpose, they are using F.5. That is the T code, right? In SAP, how the vendor at the time of vendor payment is vendor payment. For example, in Tally, at the time of vendor payment, it will provide some required fields only. But in SAP, at the time of transaction, it will provide multiple fields. It means based on the payment relevant document number, payment date, bank reference number, whatever client requirement, client having 10 additional fields. Based on the client requirement, SAP provide that additional requirement. But here, SAP provides some standard fields. For example, SAP provides 5 standard fields, but client is asking some more additional 5 fields. So here we have an option to add that 5 additional fields also with the help of ABAP security base, these kind of all the teams involvement. They can develop that extra additional 5 fields also. Okay. So here to be process means we have a 5 fields for at the time of document posting. Gap analysis means client requirement, client having 10 fields at the time of document posting. These 5 is difference. These 5 fields also we have an option to update in SAP. So that is gap identification. Here we can verify with how we can done configuration in SAP. What is the client requirement? Is there any additional requirement? Is there any gap? Here that is called a gap identification. Next, documentation identification. Documentation means, for example, FI2MM integration. FI2MM integration, each and every step by step, what and all the steps required, what and all the T codes. So how we can implement the FI2MM integration. This kind of entire process, we can prepare the documentation. So this documentation process with the before going to update the SAP, first we need to take approval from client. Okay, that documentation, for example, FI2MM documentation. Okay, before going to install this FI2MM process, this document must and should taken the signature from client side people. For example, Reliance Business, there are different types of business manager something. So based on the required purpose person, we can collect the signature from that particular person. Taken signature from client side person. Okay, this is the process. So this is the blueprint stage. Next, realization. Coming to realization means this is the mostly whoever enter in IT sector with 4 or 5 years or below 6 years people, they are involved in this realization stage only. Realization stage means we have a entire how we can done the process in systems, each and everything we have a documentation with client approval. So then based on the documents from realization stage, they will done the configurations. So how we can done the configuration in SAP. So from this stage onwards, I'll explain one to one in our demo server. We have an option to explain each and every configuration in development system. In demo server. So here configurations has happened. Then unit testing. Unit testing means, for example, FI2MM configuration completed. Then immediately end users like final accountant, they are not able to use this option. They are not able to use this submodule because due to the verify here quality verify and performance quality and performance and different scenarios we need to verify, we need to finalize, then only we can move this configuration for finally production server. I already told development server, quality server, production server, like that. Development server, quality server, and production server. I already explained in previous class, right? So now we are in development server. So development server, whatever the configurations we can done. So in development server also we have an option to test the configurations. So how we end user post the transaction, we need to post for dummy transactions. So either system it will perform the transaction properly, it will update it, it will reflect the balances in relevant GL accounts properly, the reports it will be generated properly. So these kind of all the scenarios, we need to done unit testing under the realization stage. Okay, configurations and testings. Okay, this is the realization stage. Then here realization stage means here we are using the development server. Coming to final preparation. So here we are using the quality assurance server. Quality server. Okay, once development completed and unit testing also completed at our end, then we can move to this configuration from development server to this quality server with the help of TR, transport movement. Later I will explain transport movement, how we can move the transportation. At the time of configuration, I will explain. With the help of transport, this configuration will move to the one server to another server. So once it will reach to the developer quality server, here there is a different types of people is there, like testing people. In the testing, we have a different types of testing. Quality testing, performance testing, performance testing, and integration testing, and user acceptance testing, and regression testing. There we have here we have a different kind of steps. Okay, then the particular configuration, it will be completed entire testings from quality server. Then it will move for the cutover. So here I can explain a user acceptance, user manual preparation. Okay, once we can complete it, so user acceptance testing, it will reach in next level. So here quality assurance, performance, integration, regression, these kind of all testings happened here. In entire these kind of all the transaction happened in quality server only. Once testing is completed, it will move from the cutover plan. Cutover plan means these configuration relevanted like date wise configuration relevanted entire process, like documentation level, how we can move step by step. So this one also I'll explain one by one. If I am explain briefly, we are not able to understand. And user acceptance testing. So here in demo server, how the particular FI to MM process working good or not, these kind of the transactions, it will done by the user side. So some companies, they are using pre-production server also. So once pre-production side demo users, once they can use the server, once they can use the configuration, everything happen, then they can move to the final development server. But here, these client, they don't use the pre-production server. So entire user acceptance training also happened in quality server. Then user manuals. So how we can prepare the entire documentation step by step. Here documentation. So this after that, the end user completed one configuration, for example, FI to MM. So entire flow, they can created one documentation. So each and every step in system, for example, you can enter FB50. So what screen it will be display. That screen also you can take printout. Sorry, you can take print to screen and you can add in worksheet. And next T code, same flow, next T code, you can enter. So one more screen will be added. That screenshot also you can take and add in the worksheet. So entire P2P, for example, FI to MM entire flow, they need to attach like 50 to 60, more than 100 plus screenshots with the explanation. They can develop the worksheet and they can take the approval. That is called as a user acceptance. That is called as a user manual. So that manual PDF, they are uploading in SAP software. So they are using different tools for data backup. That data backup, they are maintaining these documents. Final mark cutover. Once this kind of all the testing is completed, then they can move to the production server. So production server is the final server, I already told. So here users post real-time business transactions, like day-to-day transactions. So user posts the day-to-day transactions and generate the reports, and you can download the reports in Excel, and with the help of VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, different formats, you can segregate the data reports, and you can user send the required manager, some additional people, they are sending the reports. So here I already wrote go live means final transactions. Next support. So once implementation completed, whoever done this project, they need to wait 2 or 3 months. So that time we can treat as a that time we can treat it as a hypercare support, because So they will analyze, they will understand, they will use in 2 or 3 months. Because if any errors arising regarding this entire implementation project, that implementation people only they have idea resolving the particular issue. So 2 or 3 months hypercare support also required. So this is the business process step by step. I hope you understand. So in coming, when we enter the real-time concepts, each and every cost estimation, how I explain cost estimation at the same time, at the same way, each and every concept also I'll explain in detail. So you can understand this entire process. You can easily explain implementation stage process with in ECC ASAP methodology. Okay, this is the class.